It's neat you two guys could be here tonight. I think it shows the versatility that Coach Lasley has, and know that he can coach distance runners just as well as throwers. By the way, Minnesota Vikings, there's 2 job openings in the offensive line. Apply. Our next inductee, Mark Alcorn, for my money, almost needs no introduction because ever since I've been coaching, I've known him, I've known his name. He's been successful, I think, not only with just the coaching record, but also his awards, and I think I would say an outstanding leader for our association, both in the fall and the spring. And that's what I remember about you. In fact, I know that you've rubbed shoulders with some of the great coaches in our state. Actually, that's why I don't know you very well, but Scott Christensen does. And apparently, Mark and Scott are very close. So close that Scott decided to skip Mark's induction ceremony tonight. Scott says that he's presently at a Colorado clinic, and whatever. But here we are. And but after a little digging, I found that wasn't necessarily the case. And Mark's probably going to deny this, but a couple years ago, when Scott was inducted into the Hall of Fame, apparently Mark bought a very expensive bottle of wine for the 2 of them to celebrate together, in which he opened the cork and then tipped it over and spilled the entire contents on the floor. As Scott says, I never got 1 drop. Maybe he's a little bitter. So maybe that's why he's not here tonight. Mark and Scott, though, are going to go on quite an adventure apparently this summer. They're going to go down the Missouri River, Mark, and what is that, 141 miles? I'm trying to get this right. As Scott said, this isn't there's no outs there. So, not like wrestlers, you guys tap out all the time. No, once you put into the water, you're in there for 141 miles, pure wilderness, no roads, no nothing. You even have to bring your portable bathrooms. The water is big and fast. Now, that sounds like a great adventure, or like 2 guys trying to stay 1 step ahead of the law. I'm going to give you Mark's coaching record here. He's been the head coach at Holdingford 2 different stints from 95 to 2005 and 2011 to 2017. Honors and accomplishments, girls state champions, true team state runner-up 5 times, girls true team state 7th place, Minnesota State High School League team champions twice, team runners-up another time, 3rd place another time, 13 individual or relay state champions. He's also coached boys, coached 76 all-state competitors in all states except for the throws. State Track and Field Coaches Association in 1998 and 2014, and Section Girls Track and Field coached 6 other times. So, pretty good resume there. With that in mind, I'm going to have his presenter come up, Renee Alcorn.
Vicki, I just wanted to say that you were lucky because when Mark was Coach of the Year, it was that same year, and I went to Jeff Kellerman's retirement party, and Hattie comes up to me and says, "Congratulations," and my blank stare made it clear that I had no idea what she was talking about. Mark forgot to tell me. So, anyone who knows Mark Alcorn at all knows that he's an avid student of American politics. So he spends a lot of time studying men and women who have run for public office over the centuries. It was this summer in 1992, a presidential election year, when he was out on his morning run and happened upon a small crowd also running. He asked if he could join them and ended up running with Bill Clinton and Al Gore. Since that day, he's been able to call Bill Clinton his running mate. In addition, he handles his dogs, Reggie and Ollie, as they run the obstacle courses competitively in agility. Many of you probably know Mark as he runs the Coaches Association State True Team Meet, And of course, for many years, he's coached high school students, and they've run on Holding Ford's track and field and cross-country teams. So you might say, Mark is being honored here tonight, at least in part, due to a chronic case of the runs. In all seriousness, I'm proud of Mark Mosley because he has committed himself completely to being a coach, advocate, teacher, mentor, and friend to the kids of Holding Ford and throughout the state. He's cared deeply about their well-being and growth and demonstrates it by being by their side and sharing in the daily heartbreaks and victories. Be married to someone who gives so much to others, as you know, many of you know, isn't always easy. I think many of you know here exactly what I mean by that. It takes up a lot of time, and it's a big commitment that takes them away from home sometimes. So, but that dedication and commitment that makes me proud of Mark, and all of you too, who put your hearts out there every day for the sake of our kids. I'm happy and pleased, and I ask you to welcome Mark Alcorn.
See, Lenny, that's one way you make sure you don't forget to thank your wife. The three most meaningful experiences I've had in the 33 years I've coached can be attained by every coach in this room. I'm here behind the podium because I had a lot of very, very talented female athletes, incredibly talented. And I just didn't screw them up too much. But as I heard Tom Paulson talk this morning, when you're young, when I was young and when I was naive and thinking the wins, the state championships, that's what it's about. Those were thoughts of ignorance on my part. The three most meaningful experiences that I've had have been involvement in True Team Track and Field, which will be entering its 33rd spring, and has brought such recognition to track and field in Minnesota. It has meant so much to so many kids, and that every coach in this room can get involved with. That's number one on my list, and I'm not listing them in priority. There's a reason why I'm listing them as I am. The second is a relatively new thing, and that's the Women for Women initiative. I put that in the top three takeaways or meaningful experiences in my coaching in Minnesota. It's about 15 months ago that I was one of those that got the idea, brought it to Minnesota, and I just left the ladies to their own thinking and do their own thing, and they've been doing a fantastic job. And so that would be the second thing on my list. The third thing is friendships and relationships that we build. Friendships and relationships with our athletes and then other coaches. On the screen is Willie McCoy. If you've been a True Team Track and Field and you're a throws coach, you know him well. He's the one that would weigh in the implements. He was the head field referee for decades. 2016, he was given the President's Award. On November 25th, we lost Willie to a massive heart attack. We don't get to see Willie anymore. What I would like you to do is grab whatever glass you have in front of you, be it a coffee mug, a beer can, or a glass. And let's raise a glass to Willie. Willie. I realize I'm in between the throws coaches and their beer, so good night.